Cheers everybody, this is Eric. I'm back. I've been gone for a little bit. I've been doing a little upgrade to the old brew house, and I'm going to give a tour of it, and that's coming up next. So I'm going to start off with my keezer. What I got is it's a small keezer. This holds 2 5-gallon kegs there and there, and then 2.5 gallon for experimental beers. And I try to always have one on tap, so I just do a big batch of something, and I always do something crazy with it, whether it's a fruit or something like that. And of course, rules of the keezer. I did that because sometimes people don't understand that you got to keep the keezer closed to keep the beer cold. I don't know why that's complicated, so I just put the rules on there just to have a little bit of fun. And I keep 2 5-pound bottles of CO2 as backup, and then I've got that that's a 20 pound. That's to keep my kegs going. And that is my spare keg for lagering, since I have a fermentation chamber now that I can lager. And my control boxes are now on one mount, and I can move and pivot them and turn them and all that stuff. It's on a cantilevered mount. Pretty sweet. This is Electric Brewing Supplies 30 amp box. It's the boil in a bag system. Since I have a RIMS, I don't need the 50 amp dual element setup. This is actually my second element, the 120. It's powered by 120 volts. This one's 220, 30 amps. So that's for my boil kettle. Boil kettle. Big fan of electric now. A lot nicer in the summertime, not as hot. Got 2 brew pumps. I am going to take this hot liquor tank and I'm going to sit it down here, but I needed a place to mount my RIMS tube, so I'm going to get rid of this stand that it's sitting on. I really don't need to, but I want it all in one plane. It'll just look better. I'll have more room above, and I just think it's a better solution. I will have to have 2 pumps, and I already have that. Of course, all my hoses and my spare growlers, and diamond plate in the background. And I got this little rolling table, and that's for all my brewing supplies. And it's got everything that I need for brewing in it, from scale, refractometers, I got my aerator, I got stir plates, you name it, it's all in there. Extra hoses and fittings and that. And got my little stereo. Of course, you gotta listen, drink beer, make beer, and listen to music. And my fermentation chamber. This, it'll be kicking on in just a second because I have it open. I'm doing a lager. That's the one I did. I just did this yesterday. It's my very first lager, true lager. And I'm set at 53 degrees on this one. It's a Czech lager. I like Czech beers, so I'm going to do a Czech lager first. And that is an ale that I'm finishing out. And I have room for, there we go. I have room for my small experimental batch. And of course, when I'm lagering, I can transfer to my keg, my spare keg, and I can lager it out, and I'll be wrapped up. So this is my brew house. I wanted it to be set up all the time. I had to pack it up every time, and I built a shop. I moved a bunch of stuff into the shop, and now I have a true dedicated brew house set up in my garage, and I really like it. It seems like this is a hangout spot for everybody. So probably have to do TV and all that, and maybe a couch or so, but I have to move my truck out, and that's probably not an option for me. I always have to keep my 72 Chevy in the garage. But this is my brew house. This is Eric. I appreciate everybody watching, and give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. If you like it, great. If you don't, that's fine too. Any suggestions? Hey, throw them at me. Anything that you want to emulate, any questions you have, please let me know. And I can go over it again and add to it everything that I have, where I purchased everything, and feed that information to you. But thanks for watching. This is Eric. Cheers.